When a senior and the family is looking for an appropriate facility for that senior, it's important to have some understanding of the Medicaid application process. Part of the reason for that is oftentimes facilities require that the family private pay for 2 years before the individual becomes Medicaid eligible. In that time frame, we would work with the families to explain the Medicaid process, to help them understand what is required. Medicaid does a 5-year look back regarding all of the income and assets and spending of that individual. So it's very important sooner than later to understand the process. In those situations, the families would need to be very attentive to the spending needs of that individual. They need to be very good record keepers, have a very clear financial picture. And in these residential care facility contracts, oftentimes there are paragraphs and language regarding the application process for Medicaid. Part of that process is there has to be a spend down of assets. So while the individual is residing at the care facility and they are using their funds to pay for their monthly expenditures, they will find themselves at some point spending most, if not all, of their money down to the appropriate limits for Medicaid. In doing that, there's going to be a period of time between the Medicaid application process and the time frame at which they are actually approved for Medicaid. So there may be several months that a care facility goes without payment from that resident, and their contracts may in fact threaten discharge, and that has happened to many clients of ours. So it's very important that the families understand what their legal rights are with respect to that process, understanding that gap period between having assets and becoming Medicaid eligible, and then how to transition into Medicaid at that period of Medicaid eligibility.